Many women spend a lifetime trying to cover it up, that bumpy, unattractive fat around the hips and thighs. You know what I mean. There's no official medical definition for it, but women everywhere know it as cellulite. Our fitness expert, Bonnie Kaye, is here with the latest on how to get rid of it. You really can? Good morning, Bonnie.
Well, we've got some ideas for you that just might work. And although it may not have an official medical definition per se, it doesn't need one. For the women who have it, it needs a cure. Cellulite is making headlines once again because of a new FDA-approved massager that may help smooth out the problem. The technique, it's called endermology. But does it really work? And what else can you do to get rid of that stubborn fat?
Basically, what we're doing here.
Before we tell you the latest way to combat cellulite, what is it?
Cellulite basically is that cottage cheese effect that you see in women's thighs, on the buttocks. Actually, the fat is the same fat all over the body, but what happens is you have these little fibrous adhesions that pull down on the skin, and they form these little areas of fat pockets. And the fat pockets fill up with fluid, and you have an uneven distribution of the fat cells in that area.
So it's lumpy looking and primarily preys upon women, not men. Why?
But men have a much different network of their fat cells. It's much more evenly distributed. They don't have these fibrous adhesions pulling down on the skin. If anything, it's an even lattice work that they have, and the skin is much thicker.
Women tend to have thinner skin with a naturally bumpy texture. So the question is, how do you get rid of it?
Okay, Chris, you're going to feel a little pressure here.
One new alternative on the cellulite scene is the ES1 massager, sort of a vacuum-like massage roller.
So you're kind of sucking the skin up and rolling it out at the same time.
At the same time, as you can see.
The FDA approved the massager as an aid in the temporary reduction in the appearance of cellulite. Numerous studies have shown marked improvement in 90% of those women receiving the treatment once or twice a week for a period of 3 to 12 months. Chris Marks is using the new machine to help smooth out her problem areas. But this is a follow-up treatment to a much more drastic measure she took a year ago, liposuction.
Well, I'm noticing your before and after picture here. That's pretty darn dramatic. Are you happy with this?
Very, very dramatic. Yeah, very happy.
Okay. I mean, that looks like two different people.
I know.
Liposuction is a surgical procedure where fat is extracted from the body. The fibrous bands near the surface of the skin are cut to flatten out the fat cells. Then fat is injected back into the depressions to even them out. It can cost anywhere from $2,500 to $6,000. And although a more permanent option for fat reduction, it still doesn't guarantee that your cellulite will go away forever.
Doing surgery is an easy way out. But it's not going to hold you for that long if you don't do all these other things.
The other things include a combination of massage therapy, a low-fat diet, and most importantly, perhaps, regular exercise. The exercise increases circulation, helps drain the fluid between the fat cells, and of course, exercise also cuts back on body fat so you don't have quite as much fat to fill up those pockets with in the first place.
But it sounds like if this massager actually removes the appearance of cellulite, would just grabbing your thighs and doing some hand massage on yourself do the same thing?
That's a good point. Any sort of massage actually does help move the fluid through and give you some sort of temporary appearance of the reduction of the look of the cellulite. However, this particular massager is the only one the FDA has approved for the claim because it actually sucks it up and pushes it out at the same time, which seems to be more effective.
But it must be expensive if you're going twice a week for 2 to 4 months.
The recommended protocol is 14 sessions, averaging 1 or 2 a week. Each session is about $80 to $100 a session, 35 minutes a session, and you have to do it for at least 14 sessions before you really start to see any results.
And then by then you're into it about $2,000 or more.
You're looking at about $2 grand, and then here's the thing, Hattie, once you stop, it comes back.
It comes back?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here's the downside.
So it's $2,000 every 2 months for the rest of your life?
It's an ongoing commitment. You pretty much have to keep the treatments up, maybe not as many perhaps, a maintenance program once or twice a month. It varies from individual to individual, but it's an ongoing process, and if you're not having a good diet and exercise program, that's going to help it come back sooner as well.
A few seconds left. Will insurance cover it?
No.
Oh, there you go.
This is out of your own pocket. Is it worth it to you?
I'll think about that during this break. It's time now for some local stations to break away, but for the rest of you, we'll be right back. And we are back now with Bonnie Kaye discussing the new Cellulite massager.
Yeah.
What about these other things we've heard about? These creams, you put on a cream and it's supposed to melt it away, or you wrap something around your thighs? You're laughing, so it must not be serious.
Don't we wish that were true? Well, there has been some sort of evidence that the skin creams, the thigh creams you heard about, works for some people. And I spoke with 3 different dermatologists concerning the issue, and one of them said, yeah, they actually recommend it, and their patients have seen some results. Once again, it's temporary. No matter what you do, very, very temporary solution. It's an ongoing thing. And even if you do everything you can possibly do, you still may not get rid of it. Genetically, you may be more predispositioned to have cellulite. It varies from person to person, but all you can do, you know, exercise, diet, slapping on the skin creams in the morning, doing a body wrap during lunch, getting a massage therapy in the evening, working out 2 hours. How much effort, how much energy do you want to put into it?
Because really, cellulite is a natural part of a woman's body. It is the way the body is made.
So why can't men just accept us for who we are?
Or is the problem, why can't we accept ourselves?
Or accept ourselves.
Yeah.
What's the whole media image that says this is a horrible thing? Anyway, yeah, it is a natural thing for most women.
In fact, even a thin woman, an underweight woman, can have cellulite.
Thin women can have cellulite because it is just a genetic hereditary thing. But you can do all these combinations of things, including this massager, to help reduce the appearance of cellulite temporarily. It's just how important is it to you?
Right. And again, you say appearance temporarily. It's not
temporarily.
saying it will get rid of the cellulite.
You can't.
Okay.
You can't get rid of it. But you can make it look a little smoother if you keep
Harsh words,
upkeep.
Bonnie, but thank you so much.
Work out, though. Work out. Reduce that body fat to start with.
We'll be right back.
The address is CBS. Welcome home.